Hello, hello, hello there. So, welcome to another session of Tarot Spills the Tea. Now, I'm sure you've noticed by now within the first two words that I spoke that my voice is not completely here. However, I worked hard on this one and I am going to push through. I've got my hot tea with honey and lime. I chose lime. I have a peppermint honey and some lime juice instead of the lemon. And so I'm going to push through. But also what I'm doing is absolutely no music in the background so that you guys can hear me better. So hopefully the gardener doesn't come. Hopefully my neighbors are quiet, So we are going to get through this. So because honestly, I'm excited and it surprised the mess out of me that I'm this excited about this one because I'm not excited about Potomac. I'm not. I'm just not. It's not doing it for me. But it was laid upon me last night to go ahead and do cards on what is her real true reason. And her, you know what? Let me read this. I'm sorry. You guys already know how I am. I will dive right on into it. So this is Tarot Spills the Tea. This is a tarot reading that will reveal the real reason Wendy Osefo gave her body a Plodell, how you like me now, makeover. Excuse me. So this is Wendy Osefo on Real Housewives of Potomac, and we're going to dive in because I can't wait, and I'm excited just simply because I didn't think that I was gonna be. Okay, I really didn't. But with a lot of attention and swirl around speculations of why she did this to her body, and some, a lot of everybody is congratulating her, and it's great. In which this is not about whether or not it's good or bad. It doesn't affect me either way. Her getting boobs in a booty, I can't touch them. I don't care, me personally. But this is simply about the real reason why she got it done, okay? Tick tock, okay? Let's continue. So, just in case you don't know yet who I am, let me introduce myself. I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul. I do have a spiritually based website at unapologeticallysage.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So today, you guys, another reason why I'm excited, I went ahead and decided to, because you know what, I'm going to be honest. I was like, ooh, this is going to be the shortest reading ever. I'm just going to do the basic cards. I'm not even going to clarify it. This is probably going to be 20, no longer than 30 minutes. This is just what I was thinking in my head, And partly, because I'm not really into this season. I'm just not. They're not pulling me. They ain't moving me. But when I did the reading, I was like, ooh, okay, girl, I see you. And I thought, okay, so since I see you and you done changed my mind, now I'm interested and I'm excited. Let me go ahead and use the ultimate clarifiers deck, which is the deck that I created. So let's go ahead and begin to sage this out. All right, you guys. My goodness. It feels a little creepy, I must admit. I even turned my fan off. It's complete silence. All right, I don't know when's the last time I had complete silence. A little eerie. And maybe I need to stop listening to all them true crime stories at night. All right, so anyway, as you guys, my regular sagies, as you know, I always start out with a little bit of background just so that we're all kind of on an even foot. of what's going on, who it is, just in case someone enters into this session and has no idea who Miss Dr. Wendy Osefo is. So let me give you a brief, quick background. Now, while I did this, I found out something. Now, look, I hear my neighbor's gardener. I found out something. I thought she was a professor, but turns out currently, let me put it like that, currently, and also let me throw in a little bit of salt and pepper with allegedly, she's an assistant professor. So I don't know what the difference is, but this is, excuse me, her job description currently as of today that I'm recording it, which is going to be, the day that it's published, released, and, whatnot, uploaded. It's going to be the upload date. So Wendy Osefo is an assistant professor in the Doctor of Education program at the Johns Hopkins School of Education. Her research examines how race and class influence the learning, achievement, and educational trajectories of non-dominant students in schools and community settings, and explores the intersections between race, equality, I think that says equity. Do they mean equality? And underserved student groups in K through 12 and post-secondary learning communities. Now is a very, very good time for me to go ahead and ask you guys to bring your wonderful, beautiful eyes to the bottom of the screen, no matter what screen you are looking at, whether it be an iPhone, Android, Cricket, Walmart phone, pay as you go, AT&T, Sprint. Who else is out there? Remember back in the day we had them walkie-talkies? I forgot what they was called. The walkie-talkie phones where you might get a stranger. That don't even have a screen on it. Let me keep going. Or your TV, your PC, your laptop, notebook. All right. Bring your eyes to the bottom of that screen and look at that red bar. And what it says is, this is for entertainment purposes only, and every single word is alleged and not to be used as facts. All right. So that was a little bit of background. And I believe this is just one of her jobs, because I believe she's also a commentary person on CNN or NBC, somebody, I was going to say Foxhole, but no, Dr. Wendy feel like she too good for that Foxhole, honey. Not Foxhole, Foxhole. Foxhole is Jamie Foxx. Let me focus so I don't waste my vocal cords on extra things. Back to Dr. Wendy Osefo. So apparently and allegedly, she's an assistant professor at Johns Hopkins School of Education. Okay? Very impressive. And she is on the news somewhere, which is also very impressive. Let's continue. Okay, now here we are with the cast photo. She is on a show called Real Housewives of Potomac, and she joined in season 5 with 4 degrees of Dr. Don't. Okay. No, I say Dr. Don't because she came on the scene, constantly explaining and saying at every opportunity and every turn that, she has 4 degrees. And don't just call her Wendy, call her Doctor. Don't sit up here and invite her on a vacation and not tell her she can bring her baby. Don't do that. Don't get loud with her. Don't misrepresent black women. Don't, now it's to Karen, don't act like you don't know me. We on the same subcommittee. And it's only 4 of us on this subcommittee. So don't do it. don't ignore her. And don't ever tell her that she cannot bring up her 4 degrees every 4 minutes. Just don't. She's Dr. Don't in season 5. All right. Now, she made it to season 6. So far as what I've heard in the YouTube streets and the grapevine and all of that kind of stuff, allegedly, is just by the hair of her chinny chin chin. Okay? I was wondering how it is she made it. Because that was all she was bringing was the degrees. She has degrees. Look, I have degrees too. All right, I live in California, and you know what? I have 100+ degrees every day because it's hot, and we got fires. All right, Wendy, I match your 4 degrees with 100, and I think it might be 104 today. All right, continuing on. So Wendy TikToked and body rocked her way into this season on a mission to step on newcomer Mia's neck. Due to this irrational behavior, rumors of Wendy being fired and begging, you heard me right, begging for her job back began to swirl. This accusation made some speculate that her animosity towards Mia is because Mia was supposed to take Wendy's place this season. Allegedly. You heard me. That's what I had heard. So, and when you think about it, I guess if we have to piece anything together, I guess that makes sense, because other than that, why is she trying to step on Mia's neck? And I'm going to tell you something. From what I've seen so far, I like Mia because she ain't going to let you step on her neck. And I love it. I absolutely love it. You know, in one of the last sessions, I told you guys there's always one person. If I'm watching something, I try to relate to one person. So far, and this is just by maybe 30%, okay? It's been Mia with what she's actually doing. Do you guys know? Well, this ain't about Mia, but she released a candle line, statement candles. But anyway, this reading ain't about Mia, so I'm not gonna give her that much time. But I will also add this, since I gave her, kudos and stuff or whatever. Let me also say that, because she's a breath of fresh air. All right. She's no Monique, but she's a breath of fresh air. All right. She's somebody new who, she ain't going to just let them step all over her. Now, speaking of this bedroom scene where crusty, rusty Robin Hood or whatever, talking about, I'm going to take your room and you going to go downstairs. Okay. First of all, let me say this. Robin didn't even look sure of herself when she was saying it. Even though she said it as a statement, her whole body mode was saying it as a question. She wasn't saying that with any kind of authority. She didn't know how that was going to go down. And everybody talking about hazing. I don't know nothing about hazing. I didn't join a sorority when I was in college, okay? All the times I went. Because I took breaks. All right. So anyway, and of course, everybody, their response is, oh, that couldn't have been me. Could have been me. Couldn't have been me. Here's what I think. And of course, well, not of course, but I'm one of them where, that would have been the last time they messed with me, because I already know what I would have said, especially with Robin's quarterback shoulders and stuff, talking about that showroom. Oh, you want to get in my bed and you want to know about my clit and everything? Okay, girl, I see where you're going. But see, anyway, I would have had a few choice words for her, just enough to where they'd back up off of me. Okay, because it wouldn't be nothing that they could deny. I would just go ahead and string together everything that she said. And I would come to my own conclusion right there in front of everybody on what I think. Why you want to have that room. And I better not roll over in the bed in the middle of the night and your ass is there. Don't play me like that. I don't know you like that just yet. So, maybe if you be nice and play your cards right, we'll see. But right now, girl, that's my room. That's my room. But what I believe is that when it's her time to host a party, if they go out of town and rooms are assigned, I honestly think Giselle, Miss Jizzy, and Robin Hood, they're going to be down somewhere deep in the basement with a dragon down there, a pet dragon, a lizard, or snails. I feel like she's going to get them back. This is not anything that is going to be forgotten. And I do know that she tweeted, and just in case some of you don't know, oh my gosh, what's her name? Candace posted notes, tweeted, that couldn't have been me, something along those lines. And Mia responded and said, well, I just thought that I would treat someone to luxury who normally doesn't get it at home. Bam. Okay, skin them like a cat. Ooh, I wouldn't want nobody to skin a cat. Why do people say that? But she skinned the mess out of Robin just with that one little line, okay? And so far, I think I hear crickets. I haven't heard Robin snap back. But at the same time, I still stand by. And I haven't heard anybody else say it yet, but I believe Mia is going to get them back later. That's just how I feel. All right? So, Wendy, I feel like TikTok Wendy, she need to be careful. Just relax, Wendy, okay? Because even if Mia was sent there to replace her, guess what, girl? They say you begged your way back, so you back, girl. You back and you're bouncing all over the place. That's cool. Now let's keep going so we can kind of find out what's going on, the real reason. Okay, so it's only fair for us to take a quick look at her body prior to the augmentation of the breast and gluteus maximus. So this is her, and I was just looking at the pictures, and I tried my best to find like a good little sexy one, and this was as sexy as I could find online that was available at the time. And she looks good. Like I said, focused. Like even with him, even as she poses with her husband, focused. I can't stand his suit. His suit need to focus itself back to the Goodwill or wherever the hell he got it from. Put it in a basket, donate it, get it out of here, okay? But anyway, this ain't about him. But also, I don't know, am I the only one who kind of think the arm placement is a little weird? Especially in the pink outfit, the arms, I don't know what that is. But anyway, focused and very professional, poised, okay? Very, professional, okay? She's giving me attorney vibes. I am an attorney, okay? Now every time I see her, I want to say tick tock, tick tock. Let's continue. Now we are looking at afterwards. Decision made and done. Big difference in my opinion. Very sultry. All right, like she saunters. Honey, she ain't slithering. You know how Karen said she was slithering? She ain't slithering, baby. She has a saunter. She's looking sultry, sexy. Like she takes a deep breath right before somebody snaps a picture. I think the one to the far left she was probably caught off guard. But because I'm sure she would have adjusted herself and would have given that come hither look. And notice the body language is even different with her and her husband. All right, he pulling it in, touching on that gluteus maximus, and she's leaning in. It's just a difference. It's a difference that cannot be denied, and it probably comes from confidence, I'm sure. And the only thing I have to say about this is that it's sad to me that she didn't have this same level of confidence prior to these surgeries, because ultimately, like, she's the same person. She got 4,000 degrees, okay? But I'm going to tell you something. In season 5, I felt like she was overcompensating. And I told my home girl, she has insecurities. Because to say you got 4 degrees 4,000 times and every 4 minutes, every chance you get, that is a sign of someone who's insecure about something. Okay? Point blank, period. Now, I would not have really necessarily guessed that it was titties and ass, you know, but I knew it was, she had insecurity somewhere. But just looking at the body language, you can just tell it's completely different. She now has confidence. And it's just, I don't know. I'm not dissing her or downing her. It's just that as women, we shouldn't hold our self-esteem and confidence in our private parts. That's all I'm saying, okay? Speaking of where we hold our confidence and what has changed and the difference I have noticed, all of her post pictures, she's got name brand purses. The pre-pictures, I didn't see not one purse. I thought that was interesting. And even if you look at, especially the two, well, look at all of them, okay? The first one, start with the first one real quick. That one, I feel like she was maybe caught off guard. So that was number one, all the way to the left. We're going from the left to the right. Number two, I love that picture. But you know what? It's hard to, she kind of doesn't look like herself. She looks like, I think her name is Sierra from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I think. I ain't watched that in a couple of years, but it's just, she doesn't look like herself. But anyway, besides that, I like that outfit. She looks good. But the purse is awkward to me. That purse looks like it is big and empty. It looked like it ain't got nothing in it but, her wallet or something. Like, it just looks empty to me. It looks awkward and purposefully placed. Same thing with picture number 3. This one is like one of my favorites, but it looks like she's taking a deep breath. Like, look at these boobs. And same thing with the purse. It just seems, I don't know what's going on. Then I can say the same thing about picture number 4. I do like it because Eddie's there and he's pulling her in. That's good body language. But the purse is like, here is this purse. Y'all gonna look at this purse. Look at my purse. Okay, so girl, you got fashion purses, fashion bags. She got boobs and bags. Boobs, bags, and butt. All right, let's continue. So right here, now I've stated this before, all right? So this should not come as no surprise, y'all, okay? Give me 2 minutes. So what had happened right here was my little nerdness just kind of kicked in a little bit. And I was just curious to know just a little bit about how much those bags were. And because, she's purposefully placing them in photos where they don't really go. Like, it doesn't even look natural. She's purposefully placing them and holding them in the way where you can see the brand and all of that. And for me, that's just doing a little too much, okay? But my nosy ass went ahead and just looked up 2 of them real quick. I limited it to 2. So the little black Chanel bag is almost $2,000. And in this picture, the Dolce & Gabbana girls metallic leather shoulder bag is $3,000, about $3,200. Okay, so I don't know if that's, and I'm sure the other 2 are over, $1,000, and that other one was bigger, so that's more. And actually, I think I picked at that one. That one's almost $5,000. But anyway, so is that why she... Now, here's the thing. Okay, so before you got boobs, you didn't feel confident enough to carry a purse? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But at the same time, this is not my journey. This is her journey. So it's not up to me to understand why, she feels like she has to keep a purse in the picture and pose with the purse where you can see the brand of the purse and all that. Like, I mean, you already got the boobs and the booty. So, I mean, why you got to have the purse too? I don't know. It's just weird. Now, I ought to be ashamed of myself at the very bottom, right above this red bar. Yes, I put, is this a trap music tattoo? Because, is that a tattoo? I marked it with that green arrow. That looked like a tattoo. The reason why I said I had to be ashamed of myself is simply because I tried my best to blow up the picture and clarify the picture. And, this was the best I could get. It looks like someone's name to me. And like I said, I'm not an avid fan of this show, this particular franchise. So maybe she's mentioned her tattoo before, but I've never heard of her mention the tattoo, and I never saw it. Okay, because, before these boobs and booty and purse, she was in suits, y'all. She was in button-up suits and stuff with collars and white, crisp, attorney-looking shirts and stuff. So we didn't get to see her side belly shot. But I want to know what that say. So if anyone knows, if she's already talked about it or whatever somewhere, please mention it in the comments, because it looked like someone's name in cursive or something. I'm just being nosy. But, maybe this is because of that, that trap music she said she listened to. Maybe it's influenced from the trap music and the hoops, and she says she cussed. So I don't know. I have several myself, so I ain't judging. I got a little bit of everything. Let's continue. So, yes, we are at the cards. So, in the past position is represented by the Ace of Wands upright. Okay, I'm all about the imagery. I'm going to get on the imagery in just a moment. So, this says there's a risk that you took in the past, and it's paying off in the present. Since my question is, what is the real reason for this body augmentation, specifically the breast and the buttocks? That was a risk. All right. And we're going to get into later. It's going to show up how much of a risk or why she felt like it was a risk. And so it's I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what it is, the truth about this imagery. The wands in some of the imagery and situations, they represent the male love muscle. Okay? That's how I'm going to say it. Look at the imagery. This is in the past. It's as if she felt like her husband's love muscle was like right out of reach. Okay, like, they're reaching for it, but it's not in the hand just yet. So, again, this is asking, why did she get the boobs, the breast, and the buttocks? She couldn't quite reach, his love muscle. Interesting, right? So let's go ahead and look at the clarifier. And again, all of this is alleged. Let's look at the clarifier. The clarifier from my deck that I channeled, it is titled Marriage, the Beginning. So that was kind of interesting to me because as my nerdiness did the research, it's reported anyway, that they were married in 2011. And of course, I'm sure they dated before that, and all of that is alleged. But so I'm like, the beginning. So what that comes out to, because usually when this card comes out in my readings that I do on people, it's when someone has marriage on their mind, like they want to be married with their partner that they're asking about, or either it's the very start of their marriage, like they're newlyweds or something. So with this one coming out here, it piqued my curiosity, but very quickly it was shown to me that, maybe they had wild and crazy love-making sessions that lasted 4 hours a day. It was very passionate, very much passionate, because it was like that new and that like tireless energy. And let me read my summary. I'll be getting into it and not reading the summary. Okay. She's reminiscing on the passion they had at the start of the marriage. This is an attempt to rekindle. Pretty much. That's what it is right there. All right. That's clarifying the, the card itself, which it was an upright, and her feeling like the risk that she took is paying off. So they must be very passionate with each other, because I bet she reached that love muscle. I'm sure she got that love muscle right on in her hand, okay? And she gripping it and make sure that ain't nobody else's hand on it. Let's continue. Here in the present, I'm going to tell you guys something. For me, it was no surprise. It's represented by the 5 of Cups. And let me read my summary. This means she's obsessing on that one thing she feels can and should be fixed, despite the success of everything else in her life. So she was obsessing over the lack thereof, as she sees it, of the breast and buttocks. So everything else is going good, cool, you know what I'm saying? And she obsessed over that. She felt like she was lacking and she wanted to do something about it. And again, and this may be the last time I'm saying it, because I don't want to feel like I have to keep defending myself. But I'm going to say it, and this is going to be the last time I'm going to say it. This reading is not me saying anything's wrong with altering her body. People can do whatever they want to do, okay? I had heard that Michael Jackson's nose fell the F off. You can do whatever you want to do, all right? Look at little Kim. She looked like a whole different humanoid. So you can do whatever you want to do. But the reading is on why, which means I'm going to continue to talk about her changing her body. It doesn't mean that I disagree with it. All right. So in the present, like I said, and then look at them. Look at the imagery of it. So she has 4 perfectly good, balanced, upright cups. But all she can look at is the one that's turned over. That's obsessing with like one thing. And she wanted to fix it, So let's look at the clarifier. Will the clarifier tell us why she was obsessing? Let's check it out. The clarifier for the present card is the magic of your perks. So she anticipates only positive change in her life, so much so that she can't imagine any cons over the pros. Also, she's counting on karma to even things out. So a couple of things happening here. So when I say that she can't imagine any pros over the cons, that is in that moment that she's making that decision. Like she's overwhelmed with like gung-ho energy, like all-in energy, okay? And what I thought was really interesting was the energy at the end of karma evening things out. Now, y'all know, I feel like one of them gossiping neighbors. You ain't heard it from me. But I used to watch In Living Color, and I cannot remember that neighbor, but she would always start out with, "You ain't heard it from me." So, because in real life, I am not a gossiping neighbor, but I watched that show. So, you ain't heard it from me. But, I'm sure everybody who's watching this have heard that Eddie was a cheater, allegedly. And he got a baby, allegedly. And then most recently, I heard that she was a Caucasian lady, allegedly. And then I had heard that she was his assistant, allegedly. I don't believe none of that. I don't. But after this reading, let me continue. How about that? Also, the energy that she had, they started playing that Cardi B song Up in my mind. And that's a really like a upbeat beat, and it's just, she's Cardi. Well, first of all, whatever song Cardi B put out is booming with confidence. All right. And so she is feeling like she can only go up from here. Okay? And she's booming with Cardi B, trap music confidence. So like I said, this is tied back to her not in the moment. She has so much determination and drive, and she's not seeing or feeling or thinking about any downside to it. She's just ready to be plot out, how you like me now. You know what I'm saying? She's just ready because she's up, and it's stuck. Okay? Let's continue. All right, my sages. Here we go with the reverse. So from this point on, all of her cards are in the what reverse? All of the ones, for the major positions, reverse from this point on. And they make sense, okay? Look at this imagery. So, what she saw as the best coming from this decision is the reversed 9 of Wands. The way she sees it, this body augmentation will strengthen her battle against the whores that attempt to jump over the wall she's built over all these years. Okay? So look at this photo or imagery, and understand it was in reverse. So you've got to look and see what's going on. What's going on is that's a wolf, a fox, some kind of evil thing jumping up there to attack and, get whatever that evil thing wants to get. That represents the whore, okay? And as you can see, the person in the cars, this dude, who in original card, it represents a soldier, all right? And so they're in battle. And so he had his little wall, and look at this whore breaking that wall and coming on in anyway. Okay? So it was reversed, which means hail to the no. So the best of it is for that not to happen. Let's look at the clarifier. So this is clarified by the card from the deck, the Ultimate Clarifiers deck, entitled Solitude. Excuse me, you guys. It's entitled Solitude. And it says, at peace with working alone. That card was reversed. She said, no, I'm not. Because again, what has been very much outstanding is that this decision is related directly to her marriage. So, of course, to be working alone, that may suggest, without a partner. And that was reversed. All right. So, of course, this makes sense. If we, again, look at the card, which I have it reversed because it originally showed up in reverse. But, as I explained it a few moments ago, this soldier built a wall and some kind of wild coyote sitting up here barging their way in anyway, and he can't stop them. So that's reverse. That coyote represents a whore. So the clarifier is reversed, being at peace with working alone. So she like, hell no, you're not. So I'm getting this augmentation to hopefully the best of it is I'm going to stop all these whores from trying to tear down the walls of my happy home, okay? And leaving me alone because I got a flat booty and a flat chest. Hell no, She took her RHOP check and said, add some here and add some there, okay? Just like extra pickles and an extra slice of cheese, all right? She like, no, y'all not going to, break down my walls. Now, again, I have to comment and say what's weird to me is because I don't know, like I'm not in the mind of a cheating masculine energy person. But if they wanted to cheat, won't they cheat anyway? Even if you are a vavoon? But for whatever reason, her adding these, this extra to her body, it makes her feel good, which is a good thing, because to me, when you get things done like that, it's supposed to be for you, not for another person. However, this reading so far has been showing that she feels good because she believes it's going to solidify. See, they're telling me, Spirit is saying solidify their relationship and lock it in more, make his eyes not wander. So all I can do at this point, allegedly, is assume that allegedly his eyes had been wandering, and it made her feel self-conscious and insecure, because wherever his eyes was going, they had boobies and booty. So she figured she'd get some of that to revive. Remember, one of the first cards was she was reminiscing about when they were first married, that honeymoon stage. Okay. Now, I had heard that somebody said that she had said that, she did it for herself. It was a mommy makeover, this, that, and the other. Okay, girl, whatever. That's fine. Okay, girl. That could very well be true. However, there is a part of her that is doing it to get his eyes on her private parts and not anyone else's. Now, let's not forget that one of these previous cards, one of the clarifiers, and I don't want to make this long, so I'm not going to go back to it, but the previous clarifier said even it out, even things out. So then, that brings up the question, is she getting this so that other men's eyes can look at her? Is that what would be even for her? Or is there more to it where she needs to be even? Okay. Because we've got to go ahead and assume that she's getting more eyes on her now from, the divine masculines walking about in this world, as she constantly has her assets on display. So is that like a hook? Is she fishing to get even? Or does she just want the eyes? I don't know. Let's continue, okay? Okay, so next up is the worst card. But first, I would like to ask you guys if you could please take one moment out of your time. If you're enjoying this video, despite my voice, please go ahead and click like and subscribe, all right? And I will drink tea and nurse my voice so that the upcoming videos, I'll be back to my upbeat, energetic, enthusiastic self, all right? But we are going to push through this, all right? Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. And again, please click that like and subscribe. Thank you. In the worst position is another reversed card, and it is the Hermit. It's the Hermit in reverse. The Hermit represents introspection. So in her case, more specifically, what would be the worst from this decision would be regretting this surgery, especially due to unexpected reactions from others to which she is not mentally prepared for as much as she thought she was. That's what she sees as the worst. And, I believe that that's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Because I had heard that before going into these type of surgeries and stuff, that you have to be psychologically examined, basically. and they have to see if you're mentally up for it. Now, I don't know, what I'm saying, how they measure that, but obviously, if that's true, and all of this is alleged, if that's true, then she passed the test. But afterwards, and what I'm feeling, the energy that I'm getting, is that as the season approached to start recording, mentally she was going over this. So the reactions are from, because I don't think, I'm not getting anything strong from her being worried about her husband's reaction. But it's more of anxiety about the ladies. Because you got to think about it, not only, I was going to say, are they, her friends, but, just humor me, all right? So let's just say these are her friends. So just thinking about your friends' reactions, but on top of that, not only is there the possibility that they may be negative, but on top of all of that, it will be on national television. On top of all that, they very well could be in your face saying, "Oh, girl, you look fabulous." But then in those one-on-one interviews, those headshots or whatever, they could be talking about you like a dog. And then, of course, you don't find out about it until it actually airs in real time. So all of that was causing anxiety. So much so to where she imagined that to be the worst. And the introspection part of it would be her regretting it, like making her, these things happening and playing out on national television so bad that it makes her regret her decision. So remember, you guys, in the beginning, she was so happy, all she could see was the pros over the cons. But as filming began, or, was getting closer and closer, then she was able to see some cons, all right? But she looks fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Let's go look at this clarifier. The worst is clarified by the reversed. So the worst is reversed, which is the Hermit, which was clarified by a card that was also in the reverse. And that card, the title of that card is Sometimes Simple Things Are the Best. That was in reverse. So this is what she fears. And this energy, interestingly enough, is connected to her husband. This is her feeling like, this is her feeling like she's having fear of her husband, feeling like if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Especially if he suspects she has regrets. All of this is tied into her anxiety that she began to have right before filming began. So remember, this card is clarifying the reversed Hermit, which was, as I previously explained, like a second or two ago, the anxiety building up from the women, quote unquote, her friends, reactions. And that causing her, to have introspection, which could lead to depression and regrets. And then it would just be like a chain reaction. So then if that happens, she's thinking like, oh my God, if that happens, then, what will my husband think? Because his attitude and energy has been, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Her husband did not encourage her to do that. Her husband didn't ask her to do that. So she's just thinking of all of that. And that's in the worst position. So that's what she imagines to be the worst of this decision. Allegedly. Alleged. All right. And let's round this on out. Next up, we have what's to come. So let's take a look at that. In the what's to come position is the reversed Six of Pentacles. So what stood out to me the most is the imbalance of it. The person, the main gentleman who's standing up, the one who's giving the charity out, he has a scale in his hand, which represents balance and imbalance. And if you look at it, if you're able to look at it closely, it's not balanced. And you can simply look at the imagery and see that it's not balanced. 3 coins are on one side. There's 1 coin above the gentleman's head who's standing up, and then 2 on the other side. So that's not balanced at all. And so what's to come is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So she's trying to balance things out, which goes all the way right back to that karma. Remember earlier, it was in the present position where there was a card that said karma, evening things out. And that's in the present decision, which is the present of why they made a decision. This is what's to come. So she's still stuck on evening things out, balancing things out. All right? Because upright, this card is not balanced. And in reverse, it's saying the person wants to balance it out. So she wants to even things out. She has felt like she fell short, and she feels like these surgeries would create an even playing field. So it's still interesting to me, this nagging feeling that she has to, Spirit is saying, even the score. So my thoughts kept going, and I just typed them all out. So let me go ahead and read that. So she wants to even things out. However, she fails to realize the even playing field begins in your mind. Do you all think she's there while she's threatening TikTok dance-offs and making Eddie erase, rewrite, and sweat while answering a question in an innocent, just for fun, doesn't mean anything, lighthearted and fake filler dating game on the show she begged him to be on? And she begged to be on it when they were allegedly kicking her off. That doesn't sound like that to me doesn't sound like a healthy state of mind, getting these surgeries to make things even. So let me go ahead and look at the clarifier. As a matter of fact, I'll wait to give my opinion till the end. We are almost there. Again, if you guys have not clicked that like button yet, go ahead and do that. Smash the like button. So the clarifier for the what's to come is a card titled Warning, Don't Be Cut Off at the Knees. This clarifier was upright. So it means what it says, and it says what it means. And what it says that it means is exhausted, worn out, and beaten down. That's what this card represents. This is clarifying, once again, her need to create an even playing field. So far, this message has been relating to her marriage. All right. And it looks like what's to come will be she's going to exhaust herself trying to make an even playing field. Just watching her feels exhausting on the few shows, the few episodes I did watch. So, girl, she really does need balance. And it's not coming anytime soon. But just remember, too, with tarot, these are simply insights. So free will can always change the path. Let's continue and look at her energy, which is where we will be ending this message. Okay, because my voice is giving me 5, 4, 3. It's giving me the wrap it up sign. All right, let's check out her energy. Her energy is very plain, very simply put. Working too hard to enjoy your riches. You don't say. It's represented by the reversed Nine of Pentacles. Upright, that would be beautiful energy, okay? Wonderful. Blessed. All right? But it was in reverse. She's working too hard to gain whatever she feels is the riches, whatever the prize is in this situation. And she's working so hard to get it that she's not going to be able to enjoy it. Let's look at that clarifier. Alrighty. Now, here is the moment where I can tell you guys where I'm getting all of these playful DM messages from. The clarifier of her energy is social media stalking. So, what I got from it was that she's monitoring his social media accounts. And as we already know, that when these men, when they get on television, they don't have to do anything at all. And their DMs are flooded with TNA. And, you know, that was a real big thing. We just saw Married to Medicines with Scott and stuff. You know, and everybody thinks her husband, everybody thinks Wendy's husband is fine and stuff. Yeah, you know, them pants were too damn tight. But anyway, so it ain't no telling what's in his DMs, but she can tell us because she's looking, she's watching. And her energy, she's probably sending them back, you know, I don't know what she's sending back. She TikTok. She probably TikToking all through his social media. So, and you know, maybe she felt intimidated seeing what was being sent to him. And maybe she said, I'm getting ready to get me some TNA too. So, yeah, that's what the energy is telling me. And of course, all of this is for entertainment purposes only and alleged and not to be used as facts. And that is every single word that I've said, except for this. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. I really do appreciate the support, and I really do. If you've made it all the way to the end on this one when my voice was struggling, I appreciate it. Okay, I just really wanted to get this out. I was so excited because I'm just like, oh my gosh, girl. I thought it was going to be, like I said, really short, but it ended up being really interesting, you know, with her emotions being extremely up, and then extremely worrisome. Okay, and then throughout this message, seeing that she's trying to even things out. So, my question is there some truth to the husband cheating rumors? Is that what she's trying to even out? Because it has to do with her marriage. So it's either, the way I see it, it's either evening out the fact that more than his eyes wander. Okay. Or she feels like she's in competition with what she's seen in his DMs because she is stalking them. She sees them as like monitoring, reviewing them. She's stalking them. Okay, that's the card that came up. That's what the card said. So she's all over it. So he might as well just not even. You know what? If I was Eddie, I would just say, you know, just delete it. You know, I wouldn't even have any social media. And you know what? He may have done that already, and it's just like, you know, I don't have it. I don't have a need for it. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's something else. But because it can be, she could have heard a message left on his cell phone. She could have seen a text message that she felt was too friendly. So when this card says social media, it doesn't exactly mean that it's nailed down to Instagram or, Facebook or whatever else is out there. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know all of that stuff. She could have found him on a dating app. He does have a beautiful smile, but So all I know is she's monitoring something. It could be the cell phone. Well, I don't even know if they still do that these days, because I know I pay everything online. But she's monitoring something, and she's seen something that she didn't like, and it made her feel insecure about herself. But again, like I said, this was about the marriage. That's the energy that I got. I think she feels like she's in competition with the whores who, flirt with her husband. So, may God bless her, because, if you're not comfortable in your own skin, and if you don't trust your partner, you are going to drive your own self crazy. That man may not be doing shit. So, I don't know. But she definitely wants eyes on her. And again, maybe she caught him looking at too many, breasts and buttocks that weren't hers. Who knows? But what I do feel is it's one of those things. This energy and that augmentation she has is directly related to her marriage. So I hope they can work it out. And I will see you guys next time. I did want to do a reading. I had one planned. I'm going to withhold what it's going to be about, but I know it would be something that you guys would definitely be interested in. And I'm going to withhold it because there is another tarot reader who has been brought to my attention. They steal my, not steal, I don't even like to say it like that, but they try to take whatever it is I'm planning and do it before I can put it out. And they've even gone as far as going to my website and taking topics from my website, because apparently they can't think of any themselves. So stay tuned, more to come on that too. And you know what? Honestly, I thought that was only for different content creators. You guys who speak about trending topics, hot topics, and all that kind of stuff. It's unfortunate, but I know that when you break a story, there's a potential for someone to use that information and not give you credit, and that sucks. I never thought I'd see it in the tarot sector, but it's happening to me. I don't know. Maybe they think I'm so new to where, hey, nobody's really going to notice, but I got something for that ass, though. Alrighty. Now, I know I went off to the left, but you guys, be sure to be safe. Be sure to wash your hands and enjoy this upcoming beautiful, beautiful weekend. All right? Bye-bye.